Hey guys, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Wandering Soul Food Vlog. I've come back with another interesting recipe. It's original hot and sour Chinese soup recipe. This is not the subcontinental style hot and sour soup, but I've actually tried to do the original Chinese recipe, which is done slightly differently, and you have to use Chinese ingredients like Chinese soy sauce and Chinese vinegar. I'll explain that later on in the recipe. Before we start anything, 250 grams of chicken, that's chicken breast. I've just cut it into thin slices. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of corn flour. Mix it and put it aside and marinate it while we prepare for other things. Like I said, I tried to use Chinese brand soy sauce just to get that original Chinese flavor. Shiitake mushrooms here that I've soaked overnight in the water. This is a must ingredient for this soup if you want to taste the original flavors. Shiitake mushrooms are just the best mushrooms, and you must try, you must put them in the soup. I had 3 pieces of black fungus, and I soaked that overnight as well. They were shiitake mushrooms and black fungus both were dehydrated, so I had to put them in water overnight. Just cut them into thin slices and they're ready to be put into the soup. This soup, actually the cooking time is only 10 minutes, but preparation takes about 20 minutes. I've also got king mushrooms there. You can find these mushrooms very easily in your Asian grocery store. Cut the king mushroom in half pieces and then just slice them thinly. You can miss, if you're using chicken, you can miss king mushrooms because king mushrooms are chewy as well, but I mean they don't taste like shiitake mushrooms. I would recommend that don't miss shiitake mushrooms, but if you don't like mushrooms you can miss king mushrooms. And then I've also got Enoki mushrooms there. I'm only going to use quarter of that pack. You just cut the roots, and I'm just going to cut the rest of Enoki mushrooms into half, and they'll be ready to put into the soup. You can also miss enoki mushroom if you like, but if you're doing a vegetarian version of it, I recommend putting all these types of mushrooms. But like I said, shiitake mushroom is a must that that you need to put in this hot and sour soup. I've got silken tofu. It is important to use silken tofu. As the name suggests, it's very silk like, it's very soft, so I'm using half of that packet. You have to julienne the tofu. That's the technique that you use a sharp knife, cut into pieces, and then once it's cut, with the help of the knife, push it to the side so you can julienne the tofu nicely. I'm taking my time here because you don't want to mess it up. This tofu is very delicate, so you just want to take your time cutting this tofu. You don't want to go twice at a spot. That would mess it up, and you also want to just use it on a cutting board that you can just set aside. 2 eggs, beat them slightly, and put them aside. You can add a pinch of salt in the eggs if you like, but there's no need. 4 tablespoons of black vinegar. I've made sure that I'm using Chinese black vinegar, and just a touch more than 1 teaspoon of white pepper, also a quarter of a cup of water and a corn flour, and put all of that aside. Now 1 tablespoon of julienne ginger. The stove's not on yet, so this is just, you're just stacking everything in the pan. Julienne, carrots, I've got a quarter of a cup of carrot that I cut before. The king mushrooms, that's half a king mushroom that we cut. 3 shiitake mushrooms sliced, and 3 black fungus that we sliced into thin pieces. All of that goes in there. I prepared my own chicken stock. It's a liter of chicken stock. You can use the chicken stock that you get from the grocery stores. There's no problem. Enoki mushroom goes in there. I just find that there's a lot of preservatives and high salt content in the stock that you get from the market, so I prepare my own. Now the chicken that we marinated, that goes in there. Now since I made my own stock and I used chicken with skin, so it's giving white froth on the top. You can remove that if you don't like. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Add water with the corn flour that we prepared earlier, and the eggs go in there. Now after you put the eggs, we don't want to cook it too much. The stove is already turned off. You would just want to turn it and add your vinegar with white pepper in the end, and your soup is ready. Most delicious and very easy to make soup. You can add or you can add vegetables of your liking. You can remove vegetables of your liking. Put some coriander on top in the end. Well, I hope you like this recipe. Inshallah, I'll see you again with another one soon. You take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum.